Hey, Adam, if you want to unmute, just so we can check your voice.
Good evening, everybody. How we doing?
Great. Got it.
Good. Thanks for accommodating me like this. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Can't hear him. Hey, team, we'll start in 1 minute.
Got to get it through the other. And you know, when I was playing before on my computer, I was getting it out of there, but now it's one coming in my computer.
I would look at with the audio for the Zoom, maybe,
Yeah.
or if it has an option.
I'll select the speaker.
Well, welcome back to our call. It's 6:02.
There you go.
And again, just to cover the format this evening is just want the market director to go to each manager and get their dials, contacts, interviews set, interviews held. And then when you total them up, just give me the market total from this evening.
Mike, as we sign these bills, heating oil to CAFAS, you know, Kronks and Apple, they get a delivery once a month. Well, they have.
Yeah, they get it whenever they need it, and then we bill them and they reimburse us. They get it through us because they don't have to pay the taxes.
Right. Your heating oil's going up 17 cents a gallon.
Yeah, still a heck of a lot cheaper than what I paid at my house.
No, mine too, but that's,
I was a little surprised at how low the propane was too without all the taxes. 177, I think I saw, when you get to the Keys, Paraco.
yeah, I'll notice that. I'm just surprised. Kerosene was $3.79 a gallon.
Get a message in it about it being out there?
I didn't, but
I didn't either.
I haven't been. I've had to go check.
I can-
You're doing, okay. Also, I think I left my phone over there, so.
I'm not getting the message.
Me too. I think they updated it or something.
Oh, I got it on my town phone, just not on my personal one. That's weird. Oh, I know. I bet I know why. I bet when I got my new phone, turn on the allowing YouTube to message me. You see what I did with those? So those.
Yeah.
Those are charges for next month. So
Yeah.
rather than doing them in this audit, I'm gonna do them as a prepay for next month.
Yeah. Yes, and I understand why.
And that way it comes out of next year's budget. Otherwise, we have to
Right.
mark them all as prepays and transfer them over.
Right.
It's cleaner this
But
way.
it's for next year, so.
Yep.
Like on the MVP gold.
Mhm.
Okay, so this bill goes out in its totality. Where does the one payment go that comes back? Because town only pays for two. One of the people pays for themselves.
We don't get a bill. They write a check to us every, that person comes in quarterly. And
Yes.
writes a check for us for the amount
Mhm.
and reimburses the town. The town pays the bill every month.
Yeah,
And then when they issue us a check, it goes in the same revenue line that where the employees weekly contributions
wondered.
goes into a revenue line.
Mhm.
That check also goes in that same revenue line.
Okay.
Yeah. And she comes in at quarterly and reimburses us for the last 3 months.
Mhm. Yeah.
There's a couple of the retirees who pay us a portion of.
I
the-
know
yeah.
specifically the one pays it in full,
yeah.
but what I was wondering was if that should be reflected in
If what should be reflected.
the fact that the town gets some of that reimbursed. The
Reflected.
way it looks, okay, if you take the whole bill, right?
Yep.
It looks like we're paying 11 something. I
Right.
don't know
We
what it
we
is.
have right, but when we get the check from them, that is recorded in our.
Okay. Some-
I mean, we get money every week from the employees too, that
Yeah.
aren't reflected in that either. So it's a revenue line that is
Yeah.
reflected. in the old days, it used to be a credit against the expenditure.
Right,
But
right.
I've started doing it as a revenue because it's a lot easier and a lot cleaner. Here, how much we actually pay.
It gives you a grand total.
Yep. Yep. There's a budget line called
I remember
employee
seeing,
contributions.
yeah, yeah.
And that's a compilation of the highway is the highway and the general is the general.
course.
It's a compilation of the employee weekly pay
Yeah,
into it, as well as the retirees who pay a portion of it or all of it, whatever that portion may be. The way Tim has started doing it actually is it makes it really clean is from the payroll account. He cuts a check to the general fund.
Yep.
of the amount each week. Just like the check that we send for the taxes and union dues and everything
Yeah.
else. So he just cuts a check back to ourselves.
should be using propane. Cheaper.
What's that?
Propane, a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, I was somewhat surprised how cheap the propane was.
Oh, I see. The Northeast Parts Group, they're holding the credit for us.
So, yeah. so-
Okay, got it.
So what happened is Northeast Parts Group was bought out and they are now being run by corporate. in
Uh-huh,
Napa.
right.
Jeff started buying things from Kingston Napa, which is a
Franchise.
franchise.
Uh-huh.
The problem was the bills for a couple months from the highway secretary got commingled
Got it.
back over the summer.
Okay.
And so we were paying the wrong people. But they
Okay.
didn't tell us we had a credit until this month.
But they're holding it. That's why it's not showing.
Right.
They're just deducting from.
So
Okay.
as we buy things from them, they're deducting, but when you see, you're gonna see another one in there that where we're paid the company we should have paid. Get them caught up, and they put a service charge on it.
Okay, so that makes sense now, seeing the, yeah.
But we can't reflect the credit because
Right.
it's not, and we tried to call them to see if they could just send us back the money. The problem is, we can't even, it's in Philadelphia, we can't seem to get anybody to return a phone call. So
It's
Jeff
like,
is just gonna spend it down.
right, yeah,
So
Okay.
as we spend money each month, you'll see the charge, and then you'll see a negative against it to reflect the credit.
but now that there's a new claimant, it should be straightforward,
Yeah.
because they probably were both under Napa before.
Original.
Yeah.
Correct.
Mike, on sickler torches,
Yes,
okay. They put in their bill for the switch over for QuickBooks, I see,
yes.
but then next to it, there's a
The
note.
next line was follow-up with the comptroller's office on our AUD.
I get that, but next to the first one for the consulting switchover, it says fish code next to it. Now, are we paying twice for that?
No.
Is it being coded to fish? I get the AUD code.
Oh, when Tim wrote fish code, that was just which budget line to put it under.
Okay,
That's Tim's note to himself, to put it under the same line where we bill fishes. It's not being billed to, that's just Tim's notation to himself. He asked me,
Okay.
what budget line do I put this
yeah,
under?
I
I
get
said,
that.
you put it under the same one where we bill fish.
It wouldn't come out from the consulting line because they are
Yes,
setting it up.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It's coming out under
So it is a
professional,
consult. okay,
professional services.
It is a consultant.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with fish, only that was my
Okay,
shorthand note to Tim of
That's fine.
where to put it,
That's fine.
because I didn't have my budget codes right in front of me at the moment. So. And what they've done is they've set up our copy with all the information in it, so Monday it's ready to roll.
So you're going to QuickBooks immediately.
Yes. We're doing it right at the change of the year, so we don't have some carryover from one to the other.
You may want to check with the comptroller to see what accounts you can go into, Mike, and have access to. There, you may.
And then, great, thank you.
See what accounts. I'm not sure.
You can use and go into and out of. Like if you have a payroll account, since you sign paychecks. You should not be able to have access to the payroll account. Did you know that? Check with the comptroller.
Okay, that's, the supervisors have been the administrators of all the accounts from
Double check.
I'm happy to, but if I've been doing it wrong, it's been done wrong since long before me then.
The reason I'm saying.
I'm not
No,
arguing
No,
with
no, no,
you,
no.
but I'm just saying, I'm happy to check, but I'm doing it the same way Carl did it, the same way Harold did it, the same way.
I get that, but
So-
QuickBooks allows you to change things. That other may have, but
Oh, there won't be a QuickBooks payroll account. It'll be a
Even-
general fund payroll. The payroll account is a bank account.
I got that. Just, okay. I know there's no more trust in agency, which used to be, but
Right.
um,
But there is no QuickBooks payroll account.
there
Just
will,
like
there
there
will
is
be
no-
a payroll account going to whomever,
Correct.
correct? That's what I'm saying to you.
But it's paid as a bill out of general fund, not out of
I'm
not
not
out of QuickBooks.
so interested in the fact that how it's paid. I'm interested in the accessibility because when I worked in Woolworthing, the supervisor was not allowed to have access to the payroll account, trust and agency. Now, whether that's changed since they removed trust and agency, I'm not sure,
Okay,
because he signed the checks.
right, understood. Hi, Kate.
Hi.
Okay, I was gonna say, you're on twice, but I see you must have closed the other one.
Yeah, I was having a hard time with my camera, so I was logging out, logging back in.
Okay, no problem. We're still paying the bill, so we'll be probably another 15 minutes.
All right.
And the highway, they've done that?
Yeah, they're done.
Highway,
Yep.
Guys, look okay to sign the bottom of that.
Okay, that's what I was looking for when I left the folder, but I didn't know.
Oh, that, I'm sorry, Mike. I didn't realize I had to sign that one. I was looking for that too.
Yeah, the highway one, because it doesn't get pre-entered into the computer, Tim can't do that printout that he does for the general fund. So that's what we've been just signing the
The worksheet.
worksheet.
Great.
Aaron,
Mhm.
the bottom one here.
Oh, is that? Do we have, we've got three though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Adam signed them.
Okay, great.
I
Yeah.
dropped them off at his house. So.
I'll try to remember these.
That's all right. It's the very last one. If you don't, it's okay. You'll catch it. You'll think of it as
I'll
you
catch
do it.
it and then cross it out.
That's
the
what
last
you'll
one.
do.
When we're done paying the bills, approximately.
6 o'clock on here, though.
Right. The
The-
audit meeting started at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
That's what we're doing right now, the audit portion of the meeting.
And-
Auditing of bills has to be done in public, so that is what we're
And let's get the sign, of course.
correct. But if we're meeting as a group, then it has to be done by. There's no requirement that they be signed as a group, but we have chosen to. So each member could sign them independently and approve them. So we're continuing with doing it as a group for those who are able to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Make sure you got the. I don't know. You work on one of
Is that
those
Mary Lou?
briefs.
Yeah,
So Tim went through and totaled it all for all the months because
Yeah.
there were
I
There
can
were
see
error-
his check marks.
there were errors and he went back through and corrected them all, but in correcting them all, he did it as one voucher. For the
Okay.
whole period of time. He did proof it out to make
Great.
sure that they matched.
Great, because
I know.
when it's 1 month at a time, I usually check them all.
Put the two of them together. Can't see, it seems my glasses.
Did you tell him he had to come?
Who's that?
Paul?
Yes, he knows he has to be here.
He informed me that he was told he had to be here, so
Yeah,
I
He
figured it
was.
was you who told him. so.
yeah, she did. That's what
I
they
did.
do.
And then the, so my Rita tested positive, but nobody else has any symptoms, and we're all vaccinated. So she only congested, and she had her first shot on Christmas Eve.
Could that be why she tested?
I think so, but they say no. But she's only congested, nothing else. So she's home. She's been in her room all day by herself.
3 days. Yeah, she could be having a reaction.
I'm not a doctor.
He says to me, well, don't you think you should go home? I said, no, why would I go home and be with her? I don't like to sit here.
You're already exposed if she's testifying.
I know, but I've had a mask on, she's had a mask on, and I literally just walked in the door and walked back out the door from work. So I haven't been with her at all today, so,
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
no. But he goes, do you think you should, I said, they're saying I'm vaccinated, I do not have to quarantine.
What they
Right?
say.
I mean,
Yeah,
Cooper's
that's what they told
vaccinated.
me too on the bus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cooper's vaccinated, so he has
And
not
now
had
it's
to
only 5
quarantine
days
once.
instead of 10 or 13.
yeah, they've changed that.
So if it was 5 days now, with it ramping up, why were we doing 13, 14, 15 days before? when it
Different
was-
strain.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's still done.
I just. And where did the flu go?
I don't
That's what-
listen to the
I want to
news.
know where the flu is.
You can't.
It's back, baby.
It's back, they said.
It's back.
Oh,
And
it's
it's
that?
gonna get very bad now because of Christmas.
I
We
wondered
got
where
worse
it
after
went.
Thanksgiving, but there was more travelers and gatherings at Christmas than there was at Thanksgiving.
I
My
traveled.
My prediction is school is not gonna open until the first of February.
I travel a very great distance from my house to ShopRite, from ShopRite back.
Well,
Oh, it's an honor.
I know Kathy Hudson doesn't have to go to school, which I agree with too. Third time she was out, she was back. So Tuesday out, Tuesday. Josie, how you doing? Good, good. Oh, yeah. I go by a couple times a day. Yeah.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Hi. How are you?
Going, doing.
You look distinguished.
Yeah, you gotta keep reminding them. Very
nice.
My wife.
Well, I know your clerk beat you up to get you. But that's not-
She says.
That's exactly my point. I rest my case. Thank you.
So.
Yes, dear.
I'm the crown rule.
It's an Omicron, rule, yes.
I can go. Might be a blessing. Actually, yeah, get super immunity to say.
How do you know? I don't know.
I make guesses all the time.
They're educated. So maybe. Not lucky educated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was coming to your last session and I just didn't get there. I don't remember why. No, actually, I think that's the day I got the call. My sister went. My sister went in. She has COPD. So she's already got trouble, so I'm not sure.
Karen, are you okay if I start at 6:45?
I think so.
Because we got the presentations.
And the grant, you're, okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that should be
Okay.
fine.
Yep, I just wanted to.
I won't be able to do resolutions though.
No.
I guess so.
But I can also
That's what we are.
do them after.
I have that sheet for a moment. I just want.
This one?
No, this one. I just wanna
Okay.
get the total
I
on
haven't
that.
signed it yet.
Oh, no, it is that one. I'm sorry. I just want to see the total.
Oh, yeah, for your.
Rich. Maybe not anymore.
No, I can wait.
Not anymore. Just COVID.
What's that?
After school program?
I don't know. Are they doing the after school?
I think there's break now, but they
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
There's two prepaids. on that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, we know. It's okay.
I just walked in the door and walked back out and went, surprise. No. Afterwards, I went to Walmart. And then back home, and then I dropped the stuff off, and then I came here. It was in the garage. Doing staircase, he was thinking a staircase or a deck. Or a nightmare.
Okay. He missed, I think, unless there was a reason, he didn't find out.
He's a circus.
I didn't like it. Can't say we're not colorful.
Yeah.
Nice girlfriends with her.
Is that what country?
Yeah, Tom T. Hall.
I think so.
That's how I got to that. I played this one song over and over again.
Do you play?
No.
Can't sing either, and I don't play, but I like to listen.
I do too. Boggle.
Hmm?
They play Boggle.
Bottle,
Boggle.
boggle,
Boggle.
boggle. Thought you were telling me they were playing jug band music. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
No, not a thing. I got engaged though. I saw that on Facebook.
Better?
Just about.
And,
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good. Yeah, I only have a couple more, so.
Nice.
Okay, good evening. We will call the workshop portion of the meeting to order. Would you stand for the pledge to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. with liberty and ask the clerk to do the roll call, please.
Councilwoman Allen,
Here.
Councilman Hagen DePew,
Here.
Councilman Hewitt. Absent. Councilman Paddock,
Here?
Supervisor Baden.
Here. Okay, we have a quorum. The first announcement is that on December 16th, we received some very good news from the Department of Transportation. I'm going to read the letter that we received. It said, "Dear Supervisor Baden, the New York State Department of Transportation is pleased to announce that the Town of Rochester application for Boyce Mill Road over the Falls Mill Brook has been approved for funding through the 2021 Bridge New York program in the amount of $1,999,144. Projects were selected through a competitive scoring process and consideration of available funds. A representative from the department's regional office will contact you to discuss the next steps of your project." And it's signed by Marie Therese Dominguez, Commissioner of the DOT. So a little background, this was the bridge over on Boyce Mill that has been yellow flagged for a considerable number of years, dating back to Mr. Kelder. What that meant is every time it was yellow flagged, we had to reduce the weight limit on it. 2018, Highway Superintendent Spano and myself filed the Bridge New York application that we did not score high enough to get funded. It was not offered in 19 or 20. It was offered again this year. Highway Superintendent Fry and I worked on the application. The board agreed to allow us to contract with CT Mail, an engineering firm who assisted us in the process, and we now have this grant. We will find out exactly when all this happens, but sometime over in the next 2 years, we will be replacing that bridge, funded 90% by the state, 10% by the town, as opposed to the town having to fund the entire bridge replacement. So it's huge. We were the only municipality in Ulster County who received funding. The county did receive funding for another bridge project that they had. So my thanks to everybody involved, to the board for allowing us to use CT Mail. I think their expertise was a huge asset to getting this grant, and it cost us approximately $3,000 for their work to get a $1.999 million grant. So also, Open Space Institute, who applied under the consolidated funding projects for a study of the O&W rail trail from Kingston to Port Jervis. How that affects us is the closed off portion, the gap between Town Hall and Lucas will now be part of that study, and they will work toward identifying how to close it up, how most efficiently to close it up, as well as the gap, I believe, in Warsing also. So they will be undertaking a study. They were awarded $500,000. Speaking to OSI, they're also adding in $350,000 of their funding for a total of $850,000, and they will be hiring a consultant to do a study of that, the O&W rail trail. So two very big, good announcements for the town. Next, we'd like to honor our 4 elected officials of the town whose terms are ending. First, I'd like to start with County Legislator Lynn Archer. Lynn, thank you for joining us tonight by Zoom. We have a plaque we would like to present you, and I will get it to you at your home. But let's see, how can I hold it up to the camera here so you can see it? Says 2021, presented to Lynn Archer. Thank you for your dedicated service to the town of Rochester. Ulster County Legislature 2014 through 12, 2015, 2018 through 12, 2021, Town Board 12/2007 through 12/2013. So all totaled 12 years of service. So thank you so much for your dedication. We wish you well in your future endeavors, and I will drop this off to you at your house or I'll get in touch with you what's the most convenient way to get it to you. But thank you, Lynn. We really appreciate your service to the community. I don't know if you want to say anything, we can unmute you here.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's been 12 plus years, given all the committees, et cetera, that I sat on. And I've enjoyed every moment. We've had our ups and downs, but for the most part, I think good things have happened in the town, and I was happy to be a part of it. And thank you for the recognition. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Thank you. Next, our Justice Paul Shaheen, who is here tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm presenting you, present to Paul Shaheen. Thank you for your dedicated service to the town of Rochester. Paul served on the Board of Ethics from February 2009 through August 2009, and then became a town justice in August 2009 through December 2021. Doing the math there, again, 12 or 13 years of service. So, well, thank you very much. Let me give you the box here too as well. Please, if you'd like to say anything.
Take my mask off, step back. No. I thank the town for giving me this opportunity to serve. I think that the town has so much to offer. And whenever I work with people think of a courtroom as a gladiators contest between lawyers, between, prosecutors and defendants, lawyers, and then there's the judge as a referee, but that's not how it is. Because nothing would get done otherwise. And I think that people make compromises, they know what they can get, can't get, work together to get something done. Towns are under great stress fiscally, there's no doubt about it. I am proud about the people that have gotten the courtroom looking really nice. You might have seen a nasty looking storage trailer there for a while, it wouldn't look like it. Now it looks really nice, almost looks consistent with the character of the existing building. I would have you know that whenever that courtroom is going on and I'm there on my own with whatever, it's not just three parties going at it. The community sitting in the room, whether you realize it or not. And that's no different than what you face as anybody that serves the town. You have to take the community's interest in hand, and we did that, and I thank you all for the opportunity to serve and wish the town the best for whoever comes next in this position. Thank you very much.
Next, Chris Hewitt, who is probably on a plane at this moment, traveling back from family Christmas. This is presented to Chris Hewitt. Chris was on the Environmental Commission from July 2004 till December 2017. He served the town board from January 2018 through December 2021. So, Chris, we thank you for your service, and we will get this to you. Hopefully you're having safe travels. Councilwoman Huggins Pugh, we thank you very, very much. We served on the Zoning Board of Appeals from May of 1991 through February of 2017. Almost 26 years. The only person I can think that maybe beat that was Shane Ricks on the planning board.
Shane.
And then has served the town board from February of 2017 until December of this year. So a very, very long run of dedicated community service. We thank you very, very much for all your work, for all you have put into this community. And please.
I will stand up because it's the thing to do. Thank you,
I
Mike.
give that to you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks. Thanks, Carol. I served a little longer. I started serving the community when I was 20, when my grandfather asked me to be a watcher at the polls. So I've served the town. I'll be 71 in January. I've served the town 50 years, and I'm very happy to have done so. Thanks. Oh. Pastries, dishes.
Thank you very much. Next, moving into resolutions. First is payment of the abstract. Are you finished there, Erin? We can go ahead.
Oh, yes.
Okay. As long as you sign them all.
The prepays, those two. Didn't have your signature. Yes, they're signed.
Okay, so recommended resolution, the town of Rochester authorizes payment of abstract 12 of 2021 in the amount of, the general fund amount is $110,000, or $110,112.33. The highway fund, $41,087.79. The street lighting fund is $0. Central Hudson is still getting caught up with their accounts. And the escrow fund is $13,231.80. Do I have that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Have a second?
I'll second.
Kate, do you want to just do a roll call since we have some on Zoom?
Absolutely. Councilman Allen,
Aye.
Councilman Hagen DePew,
Aye.
Councilman Hewitt is absent, Councilman Paddock,
Aye.
Supervisor Baden.
Aye. And for the public, Councilman Paddock audited the bills prior to the meeting. Next, and apologies, this slipped us in the organizational meeting. The Town of Rochester Town Board designates Friday, December 31, 2021 as a town holiday for New Year's Day 2022. All employees regularly scheduled to work that day will receive holiday paid time off compensation. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
When we did the organizational meeting, we were only looking at the 2021 calendar, being that New Year's Day was in 2022. Did not include it in our holidays for 2021, but the observed day is the Friday before. So with that, are there any questions? If not, Kate, roll call vote.
Councilman Allen,
Aye.
Councilman Hagen DePew,
Aye.
Councilman Hewitt is absent, Councilman Paddock,
Aye.
Supervisor Baden.
Aye. Next resolution is a reimbursement of a recreation fee. This was the Town of Rochester Town Board, as requested by the Recreation Director, authorizes the town supervisor to refund the fee of $80 to Carlo Ferriello for the basketball program. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any questions or discussion? Okay, call the roll, please.
Councilman Allen,
Aye.
Councilman Hagen DePew,
Aye.
Councilman Hewitt is absent, Councilman Paddock,
Aye.
Supervisor Baden.
Aye. The next two resolutions, you may or may not have seen our town attorney emailed you. something this afternoon. Before I read the resolutions, I just want to read it in case you have not seen the email from her yet. So her email states, the cell tower company has again asked for some minor changes to the leases that we approved earlier this year. It appears to be a bit of cleanup work and does not change the intent of the lease agreements. You may move forward with an approval of the changes. So with that, this is an amendment to Resolution 249 of 2021. Authorization to sign a land lease amendment, Airport Road Cellular Site. The resolution is the Town of Rochester Town Board, on request by American Towers LLC Legal Counsel and acceptance by the attorney for the town, authorizes the town supervisor to sign the amendment proposed to the First Amendment to Land Lease Agreement by and between the Town of Rochester, a municipal corporation, and American Towers LLC, a Delaware limited liability company, to extend the land lease entered into dated July 11, 2007, as the same may have been amended from time to time and originally commenced on July 11, 2007. The property that is the subject of this lease is located at 100 Airport Road, Accord, New York, 12404. This lease amendment provides for up to 8 renewal periods of 5 years each. The Town of Rochester shall receive a lump sum payment of $30,000 in consideration for the lease amendment. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Have a second?
I'll second, but I have a question.
Okay, discussion.
We're receiving a lump sum payment in addition to what they would normally pay us for consideration?
Correct. The lump sum is this is what we approved with the resolution. This is a lump sum in order to extend the lease amendment, the lease for the 40 more year period. The agreement will continue and we will continue to receive the percentage that we receive on a monthly basis. It's just an extension of the lease, which would have ended. I don't have it in front of me of when it would have ended, but they were requesting an extension, and in consideration for the extension, they're awarding $30,000.
Gotcha.
But this is the same, we signed,
This
we
is the
signed,
same
we did this,
agreement.
it was
Their legal
subject to public
counsel
reference.
wanted to change some of the language for their purposes. Mary Lou, I had asked Mary Lou to review it. Her recommendation was that I bring it back to the board, but she reviewed it, and as she said in
Right.
the email,
It's not subject
it's
to.
not, it doesn't change the intent of
Right.
what was there. It was a legal change that their counsel requested in the wording of the contract.
Right.
So. So with that, Kate, we call the roll call.
Councilwoman Anowen,
Aye.
Councilman Hagen DePew.
Aye.
Councilman Hewitt is absent. Councilman Paddock,
Aye.
Supervisor Baden.
Aye. Next, this is an amendment to Resolution 250 of 2021. This is authorization to sign a land lease amendment for Route 209 cellular site. The Town of Rochester Town Board, on request by American Towers LLC Legal Counsel and acceptance by the attorney for the town, authorizes the town supervisor to sign the amendment proposed to the First Amendment to Land Lease Agreement by and between the Town of Rochester, a municipal corporation, and American Towers LLC, a Delaware limited liability company, to extend the land lease entered into dated July 11, 2007, as the same may have been amended from time to time and originally commenced on July 14, 2008. The property that is the subject of this lease is located at 6140 Route 209, Kerhonkson, New York, 12446. This lease amendment provides for up to 8 renewal periods of 5 years each. The Town of Rochester shall receive a lump sum payment of $30,000 in consideration for the lease amendment. Do I have that motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay.
Sneak one in.
This is the same situation as the previous one. They offered to extend both. They were 2 separate contracts, so we had to do a separate resolution for each contract. Kate, if you'll call the
What, the time frame for payment on both of these?
Once I sign and send it to them and they execute the contract, they will issue us the payment. So my guess is sometime early 2022.
Thank you.
Okay, Kate, roll call vote, please.
Councilwoman Anowen,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hagen Depew,
Aye.
Councilman Hewitt is absent, Councilman Paddock,
Aye.
Supervisor Baden.
Aye. Next is the appointment of an employee. The Town of Rochester Town Board, on the request of Highway Superintendent Fry, appoints Griffin Kelsey to the position of seasonal HMEO effective December 14, 2021 through March 13, 2021 at a pay rate of $25.46 per hour. Such position shall not be subject to the terms of the collective bargaining agreement between the Town of Rochester and IBW Local 363. I'll make that motion. Do I have a second?
I'll
This is
second.
expired, right? That's wrong. You got 21 instead of 22.
No?
Oh, March
Oh, March
13th.
13th, thank you. Thank you for that correction. March 13th, 2022. Yes, thank you. December 14th, 2021. Appreciate
No problem.
that.
Take 30,000.
Okay, if this is the case and he's not subject to the collective bargaining, is this what we pay all the other seasonal?
That is
employees?
what we pay the seasonal HMEOs. Jeff has requested that we pay him the same amount as the HMEOs. Where he's not subject to collective bargaining is the other terms of the contract in terms of benefits do not apply. This gentleman is filling in while we have a employee out on a leave of absence. So
He's falling as a seasonal.
he's
then,
falling
not
as a seasonal,
full-time.
which allows him to work for 90 days.
Mhm.
Jeff would not have filled it except it's in snow plowing season and we are in need of somebody to run that route. So he is filling it for that 90-day period and then we will reevaluate in March if he needs to continue any further beyond that.
Mr. Kelsey has a valid CDL?
He does indeed. Does indeed. Okay, any other questions? Kate, roll call vote?
Councilwoman Anowen,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hagen Depew.
Aye.
Councilman Hewitt is absent. Councilman Paddock,
Aye.
Supervisor Baden.
Aye. Next, this is a amendment to Resolution 177 of 2021. That is our Section 284 highway agreement between the town board and the highway superintendent. The Town of Rochester Town Board, on request of Highway Superintendent Fry, amends Resolution 177 of 2021, establishing the Section 284 highway agreement, approving the expenditure of $542,854.68 in highway monies for the primary work and general repairs of 111 miles of town highways in accordance with Section 284 of the highway law as follows. And if you look at the agenda, you will see the crossouts and the changes. So, well, let me make that motion first. I have a second and then I'll explain.
I'll second.
So the changes came about because with the 2021 governor's budget, CHIPS funding, the amount that was withheld in 2020 was reinstated. We did not expect it. So we got more money in CHIPS allocated to us than Jeff had originally anticipated when he filed his original 284 agreement. That allowed him to make some changes and do more roads than he planned on. And so this is the reality of what the CHIPS money was spent on in 2021. And he is amending the 284 agreement to reflect that accordingly.
So there's a adjustment on the revenue side.
Correct.
That would-
There was an adjustment on the revenue side, which allowed him to spend more money. He also made some changes. And because of that, like he chose to do Queens Highway, which he had not planned. He had planned on doing different work on Queens Highway. And he was able to do the Nova chip, which is a new process that that's where it heats it up and
Right.
combines the new material with the old material. And it appears to be quite successful. And then he also was able to do parts of Medicahonts Road and parts of Upper Cherrytown Road that he had not previously budgeted for. Any other questions? If not, Kate, we call the roll call vote.
Councilwoman Anowen,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hagen Depew,
I'm gonna abstain. I wish he had been here to ask some questions. So I don't feel I have.
Councilman Hewitt is absent. Councilman Paddock,
Aye.
Supervisor Baden.
Aye. Okay, that is it for resolutions. Being that it's the end of the year, I'd like to offer any of the board members the opportunity, if they would like to say anything here at the end of the year. So, Councilman Hagen Depew, let's let you go first.
I have nothing left to say that I haven't already said. I just think that in a town this small, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, and that's all I'm gonna say. There are many mistakes made by many people, but it doesn't get called out every day. And for myself, I'm very tired of reliving what happened in Warwarsing so many years ago. There's nothing anyone here can do to change it. There's nothing I can do to change it. It was all taken care of within 14 days. But there are people in this community who choose to continue to go on and on and on. Well, be it known that the same person who wants to keep bringing this up and up and up, when it was not legal to grow marijuana, grew it. A lot of people knew about it, but nobody bothered him about it because that's mostly the way the town of Rochester operates. If you don't hurt someone, they won't hurt you. And I wish that the town could continue more like that than to have one squeaky wheel getting all the attention and making life miserable. That's all I have to say. My term of service has been wonderful. And I'm very happy to be done just because of people like the one person who's the squeaky wheel.
I just wanted to take the opportunity to say, to wish everyone a happy and healthy new year. And also, Mike, thank you for doing the thank you and presenting the plaques. And I just wanted to say my personal thanks to those that have served. I think regardless of how much we've worked together for that whole group or our agreements or differences, it does take a lot to serve in the community. And I have a lot of respect for anyone that devotes their time. And I'm looking forward to serving with the new board and continuing to serve the community and to work with everyone as best I can. So thank you and Happy New Year, and we'll see everyone in 2022.
Thank you. Councilman Paddock.
I just want to say, thank you very much for the service of the outgoing officials. There's a tremendous amount of respect that I have for anybody who has dedicated that length of service, and it doesn't go without notice, and it is truly appreciated. Good luck to the incoming officials this year, but really, honestly, a happy, a healthy 2022 to each and every one of us. So, Town of Rochester, and Mike, back to you.
Okay. I'd like to say something. These last 2 years have been incredibly difficult for a lot of people. This COVID virus was something that has really turned the world pretty much upside down. 2 years ago, we never would have thought of how to figure out technology for Zoom meetings, how to pay the bills, how to do things that we just took for granted that we always did in person. Everybody has done a pretty amazing job working through the trials and tribulations of what we've experienced. Kate, I especially want to thank you and your staff. Yet today was yet another example. Yesterday, I walked in the office to tables filled with all the tax bills for 2022, ready to be processed and mailed out. And this afternoon, when I walked in the office, they were gone. An amazing, amazing feat by your staff, as always. They go through the bills, and for the people who get multiple bills, they combine them. It saves us a little money in postage. It is very, very appreciated. And your staff is just a wonderful group of people to work with.
Thank you.
There are 9 elected officials. There are 37 town employees. There are well over 50 volunteers who sit on boards and commissions, and a whole host of other people who serve as volunteers at the fire district, the EMS, the food pantry, the Lions Club, and I know I'm forgetting many, many other organizations, the Little League, those are the people who make up this community. We thank every one of them for what they do, what they put into this community. And my hope is that we can all work together and continue to try to work together. We can have our differences, but I came to this town 23 years ago now. It picked me. I found a house that I liked, but I had some experience having gone to Ulster County Community College. There are people in this town that I've been friends with since the 70s or early 80s, excuse me, and have known for 40 some years. And this town may not have been my hometown, but this is my town, my home now. So I am proud to live here. I am proud to serve the people of this town. And I thank everybody for all the work that they put into it. And I just look forward to continuing doing the work for the town. So with that, Kate, would you like to say anything?
A lot of what I would have to say would just be reiterating what everybody else has to say. But I do want to highlight that being an elected official has its rewards and it has its defeats, and you just have to hope that the rewards outweigh the defeats. And serving your constituents is one of the most rewarding things you can do for your town. And I appreciate all the years of service that each and every one of you have put in. And I have proudly served at the same table as each and every one of you. So that's been, great working side by side. And I wish the new board coming in the best of luck. And I hope that we can continue to do more rewarding things for the town of Rochester. And I wish everybody a very happy and healthy new year.
Thank you very much, Kate. With that, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Hi,
Okay, thank you very much. Happy New Year, everybody.
good night, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.